Hi everyone, it's Erin Peliquin from Digital Photography for Moms. Today I'm going to show you how to connect your Wi-Fi enabled Canon to your smartphone. So for this video I'll be using my 6D and my iPhone 6 Plus. However, you'll follow basically the same steps regardless of the phone you have and regardless of the Canon you have, as long as it's one of the newer EOS models. So I am going to start this process on my camera. Now I've reset my camera back to the original Wi-Fi settings so I can show you this process from the very beginning. So there are a couple of things you want to check from the very beginning. First off, the 6D does not let you use the Wi-Fi function when you are in the live view or the video shooting mode, so you need to make sure that is turned off. On my 6D, there's a switch immediately to the right of the viewfinder, and that's how I turn that function off. Now, looking at my quick menu using the Q button, there is an icon for the Wi-Fi function. It is currently grayed out and it says off. So it'll be kind of a two-step process here. I want to make it so that it is not grayed out first, and then I will turn the Wi-Fi on. So you can have your Wi-Fi set up, but not turned on, and you would use that if you wanted to shoot video, for instance. Now, another thing to know before we really get into the details here is just kind of the broad overview of what you'll be doing. When you're connecting your phone to your camera, you are actually disconnecting your phone from your normal Wi-Fi network and attaching it to your camera's mini network. So that means that while you're attached or connected to the camera, you won't be able to check email or, surf the web or anything like that until you go back to your normal Wi-Fi network. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, we need to start by using the camera's menu button. Now, your menu is not going to look the same as mine depending on how you've got your camera set up, as well as which camera you have. The first thing we are going to look for is one of the settings menus. It's going to have a wrench at the top of it, and you're going to access it by tapping on that menu button that for me is at the top left corner of my camera. I can use the directional keys to navigate over to it, and for me it just so happens to be the third wrench menu. So it currently says Wi-Fi as one of the items on this menu, and over to the right it says Wi-Fi is disabled. Now I'm showing you the feed from my phone for this video, and I'm going to overlay pictures from my camera as well so you can see both views. So the first thing I want to do is enable the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to use the set button to access that Wi-Fi menu item. I will use the down button to scroll to enable, and then hit the set button to commit that. And so now it says that Wi-Fi is enabled, and if I were to tap the menu button to leave the menu, and then the Q button to access the quick menu, you can see that now my Wi-Fi icon is no longer grayed out, but it just does still say turned off. And that is because I have not set up the Wi-Fi yet, and I haven't turned it back on. So first we'll set it up and then we'll turn it on. So to set it up, I am going to go to the menu button again, and on that same part of the menu with a third wrench, under the Wi-Fi is another menu item called Wi-Fi function. So I'll use the down arrow to get to that, hit set to enter it, and it tells me that the first thing I'm going to do is register a nickname for this camera. So I'm going to hit OK, and it takes me to this crazy keyboard with every lowercase, uppercase, number, punctuation, anything you can imagine. Now this keyboard is hard to navigate on, so you want to keep the name short and sweet. To actually access the letters on my camera, I press the Q button, and I am going to go down to the letter A because it's closest. I'm going to hit my set button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And so what I'm doing is I am naming my camera AAA. So once I've done that, I hit the menu button to say, okay, that's good. And then I have this window that says, okay has been selected. This setting screen will close after saving the text entered. That kind of doesn't mean a lot, but regardless, I'm going to hit OK again. It sounds a bit redundant to me, but I'll hit OK one more time. And now I am at a screen that gives me 6 different devices that I can connect my camera to. I am going to scroll over to the smartphone icon, which is the second one on the top, and I will hit set to enter that. And my next screen here asks me what kind of connection method I want to use, camera access point mode or infrastructure mode. I'm going to go with the first one, camera access point mode. So I'll navigate down to OK. And then my next screen asks me if I want to connect to the network using the easy connection or the manual connection. I'm going to go with easy on that one. And now I get a window that says connect to the following access point with the smartphone. Now at this point, there's only a cancel button. There's not an OK button, and you don't want to cancel. So what you're needing to do is pick up your phone and go to the settings for your Wi-Fi. And you are actually going to change the Wi-Fi from your home network to the name of your camera. So there is AAA. So on my camera right now, on this very same screen, it has an encryption key listed. I'm going to type that in. Now this encryption key changes every time you go to this screen on your camera, so you don't need to bother with writing it down or memorizing it. Just enter it directly into your phone. You can see now that my phone's Wi-Fi network is my camera. And my camera is now telling me to start the EOS app on my phone. So here I go. And it currently says up at the top, oh, look at that. I have this menu that says we've found a new camera. Do you want to connect to it? And I tapped it to say yes. And now I go back to my camera and it says connect this iPhone. The first thing I want to do is make sure, it also says viewable images, all images. And I do want all images to be viewable. So that's good. I'm going to hit OK. Next, my camera is saying that the settings have been configured with this name, set1. Is that okay? It is okay, so I'm going to scroll down to the OK button and hit OK. And now I get a connection window that says exit or confirm settings. Well, I just confirmed the settings, so I am going to hit exit. And again, I need to say OK. I do want to exit the wireless LAN function. And I'm going to hit the menu button twice to close my menu. And then finally, I'm going to tap the Q button to go back to my Wi-Fi icon, connect to smartphone. I'm using the smartphone settings that I just set up, so I'll hit connect one more time. And now my icon is turned on. Looking at my phone at this point, going back to the app, it is telling me that the camera is not connected. So I waited too long to start using the app. My Wi-Fi reverted back to my home Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to go to settings and select that AAA again. And there it is. And now the way I access this app from here on out is I turn on the camera, change the Wi-Fi network over on my phone, and then open the app. Sometimes it takes a minute for the app to find the camera. So there you go. You can see it just switched over. Now that I've switched over, you can see that I've got a couple of primary options right here. So the first one is images on camera. Just by tapping that, I can see all of the photos on my memory card in my camera. So there's that one. I can scroll through. From here, I could download this photo. I could mark it with a star, I could throw it away. Downloading the photo is a great option if you want a quick way to get the photo off of your camera and onto Instagram or Facebook or text message or whatever. Okay, and I am now going to hit the back button. Now I can also use my camera to do a remote live view shooting. So here's what that looks like. I'll tap that button. And this is exactly what my camera is looking at right now. I can tap on the screen to select various focus points. So I want to focus right there on the lens cap of the other camera. Using this up arrow, I can access my exposure mode. So I want to make shutter speed a good bit shorter on this one so that I can brighten up my exposure. Something like that I think is just right. So now I'll go ahead and tap the shutter button, and my image has just been recorded. So using this back arrow, I can return to see the images on my camera, and there's the one I just snapped. Okay, so that is how you use the Canon Camera Connect app on your smartphone. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below the video on the blog. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.